Hasan Piker might be in huge trouble. Let's take a look at this video from More Pegasus channel and see what's happening.
Welcome back to a series so beautiful. Even Planet Earth subscribed into today's video. Hassan is crashing out after a chatter pointed out that people died in Iranian protests. He downplays the numbers, claiming they are not accurate and everything is US propaganda. Asmin has responded, pointing out that they shut down social media and Hassan has no idea about the true numbers despite speaking so confidently. He points out the insane hypocrisy comparing the situation to Gaza and how Hassan would never dare question the numbers there. He claims Hassan actually wants the terrorists to win. Hassan has responded with a 20-minute crash out. He starts by painting the Iranian dictator as an innocent victim and an old man with cancer. You can't make this shit up. He tries to call Asmin a hypocrite by pulling up clips from the past. He then ults and calls Asmin an agent of Israel, calling his fan base cattle who blindly follow him. He completely bold-faced lies, saying that Asmin denied the Holocaust.
Lying is OP, as I say all the time.
The back and forth continues. Asmin
That's one of the craziest clips that I think should be used every time he lies. Just play that clip where he's admitting that he believes lying is OP.
Responds denying the insane allegations. Hassan continues his corny flexing, this time in front of an NFT store. Subscribe to send Hassan to the moon, a true pioneer.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so Hassan is back and he's going viral again for being completely unhinged. Basically, he was talking about the death toll in Iran. Quick context, the government shut off social media and was gunning down protesters. Absolutely horrible stuff. And Hassan was busy glazing them, doing propaganda for them, being played on their TV because the regime liked him so much. His buddy Sneeko, of course, was praying for the health and safety of the dictator. Really great stuff. So basically, Chatter confronts him and he starts crashing out. Hassan crashes out on Chatter saying they killed 40k people, Hassan, during the Iran protests. No, they freaking didn't, you freaking moron.
Look, at the end of the day, I agree with you. Radicalism of any sort is bad, which is why this...
They killed 40,000 people, man. No, they didn't.
War.
No, they fucking didn't. You're a goddamn idiot if you think that, okay? You're a fucking moron. I'm sorry. They did not kill 40,000 people, dumbass. They did kill a shit ton of people in the process of suppressing the protests that took place, which, by the way, America and Israel openly admit that they played a role in, okay? But they did not kill 40,000 people in 2 days. Like, you're unbelievably dense. You have convinced yourself. It doesn't even matter. Like, them killing 10 people is still fucked up. Okay? I've never heard a consistent number on this from people that just turn around and say, oh, they killed, 80,000 people. I've heard 80,000, 50,000, 40,000. It's fucking ridiculous. Shut up. Jesus Christ. How do you not recognize it? It's like, this is propaganda to actually justify American and Israeli intervention. That's what you're leaning into.
Oh boy. Yeah, that is not a good clip. Hassan, imagine, just imagine, you said this about Palestine and Gaza, right? Oh, guys, I just keep hearing different numbers, guys. Oh no, it's probably not true. They probably didn't
Hey Harley, how you doing?
kill that many people. It's all fake, It's all just propaganda, obviously. Like, you would absolutely lose your mind, right? You would call this person racist, genocidal, all these names.
Nah, that's facts though. He would. He 100% would. But Hassan's not able to see his hypocrisy or the fact that he admitted to being a propagandist. Now he's accusing people of spreading propaganda.
Baby killer, oh my god. And here you are going, no, they didn't. I was there. Hasan Piker was actually there in person, right? And it's probably like 10 people, bro. Not a big deal. Come on. I mean, I tried to bring it back at the end going like, oh, well, even anybody dying is pretty bad. Yeah, Hassan, it's pretty fucking bad. And it was definitely more than 10 people, let's say. I mean, at least he acknowledged it's bad. It's a step up, I guess, because before he was just glazing the regime like constantly. I mean, they were playing him on fucking TV, right? They were using him to brainwash Iranian citizens, like literally torturing them. Cut off the internet, cut off social media. All you can watch is Hasan Piker on TV. Stage 99 level torture. You're done.
Yeah, it sounds like the last level of hell. I definitely would not want that.
You're stupid. You're a moron. You're dense. Anything but an actual fact check. Dude acts like a teenager. No wonder he was crushing on Hannah Montana as a grown-ass man. Never forget bro tips.
I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try to hide it.
You always know that he's being purposely dishonest when he follows with, it doesn't even matter. This instance, him wearing expensive clothes to Cuba, grapes happening on October 7, him not taking a hard stance on Trump or Kamala. Why would he be honest? It just doesn't even matter. Reminder, this is how all tankies respond. You tell them their idols were just as much PDF files as the current leaders are in the class, and they respond with bigoted violence they're supposedly against. How many people does the regime have to kill before Hassan stops dick riding them? More than a shit ton, it seems. Well, as Hassan said after October 7, you don't have the forensic evidence, right? You need to actually do the forensic analysis. Hassan needs the medical reports, all right? Hassan needs to go down there and examine the bodies himself. Otherwise, it's not accurate. It's not accurate, of course. Right, so Asmongold responded.
No, they fucking didn't. You're a goddamn idiot if you think that, okay? You're a fucking moron.
How do you know that?
I'm sorry.
How do you know? Like, I don't even understand this.
Suppressing the
I mean, why do you think they turned off the internet? Like, I mean, really, think about it for 3 seconds. Why would they turn off the internet if they weren't going to kill a bunch of people?
protests that took place, which, by the way, America and Israel openly admit that they played a role in. Okay.
Trying to assign ownership of the protests against the government that's literally, by his own admission, systematically killing their own people, then assigning ownership of it to Israel and America. No, maybe Israel and America helped because they thought that it's bad to kill your own protesters just because they want to change the government. The people weren't doing anything wrong. He just justified mass murder of civilians because of Israel. But there's no propaganda about Palestine. The amount of people that were killed in Palestine is a defined number that nobody can ever question. But whenever Iran intentionally takes off the internet, they shut down the entire internet. They bus in Iraqi militia forces, and there are leaked videos of people being massacred in the streets. Then no, actually, well, we don't know how many guys. There's no way it was that many. And also, do you want to know why people originally said it was 10,000? Because it went up. And so it's like, well, last year he said he was 40 years old. This year he says he's 41. Which one is it? He's lying. He's got to be lying. Why is he giving us different answers? It's because they're terrorist supporters. That's the reason why. It's literally that simple. They want the terrorists to win. And so what they do is they try to downplay their bad actions and then overplay the bad actions of people that are against them. That's what they do. I mean, obviously, I mean, duh. Like, how do you passively? Well, yeah, I mean, by not going after them and not bringing these things up. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it, right? Hassan just wants the terrorists to win, which is absolutely insane. This guy claims to be on the morally right side of things. And you would think you can't get worse than a self-admitted terrorist supporter, but Hassan will find a way. He'll find a way. Don't worry. Where there is a will, there is a way. But I love his argument is you guys don't understand. It's just propaganda by the US and Israel. Brother, you are the propagandist. You admitted it. You literally admitted it.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
Hey, what's up, FB? How you doing?
For the record.
No, I'm not calling
I'm a propagandist.
I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
You quite literally exist to lie. And
No, that's fact. He blatantly admitted to being a propagandist. That's why I brought that up earlier. There's no way he actually said that and wants people to take him seriously, like for the rest of existence. I don't think you could ever take Hassan serious. What? He's out here wilding on a regular basis, bro. And being a hypocrite and acting as if he didn't say any of these things. It's insane.
constantly and push your agenda. And Hassan talking like he's so sure. He's like, oh yeah, I actually have the numbers, bro. I have inside info. Al Jazeera actually told me, obviously. No, actually, it was my favorite Twitter source, one of my fan accounts, of course. The hypocrisy is completely insane, right? Never ask Hassan to care about victims if it doesn't fit his agenda, right? And I can't believe it's actually a controversial statement to say that we should care about all civilians, you know, all innocent human lives who are taken as a result of war. Not very empathetic, Hassan. iDubbbz won't be happy, your loyal minion. Surely he will confront you about this and not suck you off. Bro, every clip of Asmin is him just cooking the hell out of Hassan. I think Hassan needs to rethink his strategy. He needs to rethink his entire life, to be honest. It's been a colossal failure. He spent the last decade trying to be a respected political commentator, and this is what he's doing, dude. It's so sickening. Iran shut down their entire internet, and he's like, see, we don't know. No, everybody doesn't know. Only Hassan knows, right? Because he obviously has some insider information that we don't know, right? Probably forwarded to him by Taylor Lorenz or something. Real groundbreaking stuff. This man is dangerous, and anti-West hypnotized zombies are dangerous. The most dangerous people. The clout chaser dog zapper denied grapes. You expect him to not do the same here too? Always remember, it doesn't matter if freaking grapes happen October 7. It doesn't change the dynamic for me. Another one of the Diddy Piker quotes, of course. Just a real feminist, right? This is what a male feminist does, obviously. Denies atrocities against women because he doesn't like them, obviously. Because they're on the wrong side of some war. Oh, brother Eric. Can Asmongold seriously just focus on his own stream? How many times has he been wrong in this war so far? He was wrong to support the war. Was wrong to say the little girls in the school were collateral damage. He's no angel, and we need to all focus on his mistakes here. This account is...
I feel so effing horrendous when people like Tectone and Nux try to grift into attacking Hassan, because that gives Hassan ammo to say, well, these people are scumbags trying to attack me. Got a point there. When it comes to Tectone, I know more about that. Yeah, he be wildin'. Tectone be tripping. I would never defend him. I don't know much about the Nux stuff. From what I've seen, it seemed like he made some mistakes and didn't really be accountable for, hey, I should have handled this better. But the Tectone stuff is really bad. Really, really bad. And I'm talking about coming from him. Like, his words sounds nuts. But yeah, Hassan can't just point at just them or anyone that he sees as scumbags, or that a plethora of people who might see as scumbags and go, look, these are my detractors. Ain't they all crazy? You shouldn't listen to them. So yeah, I get your point.
So weird and sad. What's wrong with giving my opinion? It's that you have the worst opinions on planet Earth, man. I'm sorry. Man's not even trying to contend with what he said. Don't make me teach you a lesson in debating again. Again, I'm convinced this guy's a troll, but he's just too entertaining, right? When somebody's this colossally stupid, I just pray to God they are a troll. But then he was linking up with that other guy, the Spev guy. Is that guy a troll too? You can't be this dedicated. This is more than a full-time job for you, bro. Right, so then Hassan responded to Asmongold, crashing out over this, and it was like a 15-20 minute crash out. So let's check out some of the highlights here. Hassan calls out Asmongold for being an inconsistent worm regarding his commentary on Israel and Iran. Right, so Hassan starts by sharing how evil America is for killing an old man with cancer. And the person he's talking about is the ruler of Iran, right? That's how he framed the whole thing. Obviously, just ignore the fact that he was gunning down his own people and sponsoring terrorism.
I mean, have you thought about listening to what Asmongold has to say? I'm sure he has a lot of clever opinions on everything that's unfolding. You know, I'm sure he's out there talking about how everything is great. As a matter of fact, everything is great. We're doing fantastic. Remember, we killed an 86-year-old guy who was who had cancer, right? Like, that was pretty cool. Asmon's...
Wow. Yeah, that's nasty. It's pretty nasty, guy.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
That's nasty work right there.
Most recent response about Iran to you,
killing their own people, then assigning ownership of it to Israel and America. No, maybe Israel and America helped because they thought that it's bad to kill your own protesters.
Guy who literally said regime change wars and like democratizing Iraq is a spectacular failure and didn't work.
I think that we play too big of a role in other countries' military shit. Like, we're too interventionary. We get too involved into other people's business. It's a waste of our money. The people there probably hate us. Where's really the upside here, right? I think that the level that we try to play nation building, especially in places like this, like Libya, for example, back in the day, or Iraq. No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's too much, man.
Is now heavily leaning into that exact same narrative at a time when the American government isn't, right?
You got him, Hassan. You got him. You came with the facts and logic right there, except that clip was literally already debunked in a previous video, right? Basically, Hassan's fan account or editor or whatever was playing Asmin side by side, saying that, oh, he's a hypocrite because he had opposing statements in previous years. Except that the context is completely different here because Iranians were actually suffering and begging for help and being killed. So in that case, it was a completely different context than a situation in the past, of course. Now, not saying that intervention is the right move or anything like that. I'm not talking politics.
Of course, I would expect Hassan to try to like twist that and flip it to be something that it definitely wasn't. Of course, that's Hassan's bag. He's a propagandist.
Politics here, we try to avoid that as much as possible, but just showing that the context is obviously different here, right? And the world is completely different now. So it's comparing two statements from two different times. And of course, leave it to Hasan Piker to show his greatest empathy, not towards victims of actual violence or innocent civilians who got gunned down, but towards the dictator, right? Who was the poor old man with cancer, of course. You know, I watched Hasan Piker's 10-hour coverage, and I'm a Hassan fan now, right? It seems the USA seemingly just hates cancer victims, guys. They just hate old people. They're so bad. They're so evil. I mean, why else would they be picking on an old man with cancer? That is the breaking news. Run it on all the news outlets. That is the Hasan Piker way to present the situation, right? Guys, did you know Hitler had cancer? Oh my God, I can't believe they took him down. How dare you celebrate the death of a cancer patient? Are you freaking?
It's insane. Yeah, that's disgusting to even use as like some type of shield. Like, we got to ignore every nasty thing this person has done because they had a certain type of illness that, okay. All right. Yeah, that's pretty foul. And it's dishonest. And it's very manipulative.
Kidding me right now? Heartless. You guys are heartless. You should be like my chat, Hassan's chat. Save your hearts for the terrorists instead, especially right after they murder civilians. Right, so then Hassan tries to get a gotcha on Asmin, saying that, oh, you don't even care about protesters being killed because you want US protesters to be killed. You want American citizens to be killed.
Asmongold is like holding on to this idea that like there is some kind of democracy at play here, some kind of liberation at play here.
Guys, how's my mic sound too as well? Let me know. There's a few hiccups going on technical wise, so let me know if the mic still sounds all right.
Also, same guy who has demanded that the American government kill protesters.
Well, maybe you should have just used the gun. I don't know. I think anybody who's going around and trying to hit police officers or anything like that, that's just, there's no reason why anybody should be supporting that. I think, yeah, that base. No, I think, again, I've said this before. I think they should use actual ammo. And if anybody throws a rock or tries to harm one of the police officers, I think they should just use deadly force to stop it from happening.
Same guy who has said America should kill more protesters and put them in concentration camps is now talking about how like.
Right. Okay. So first off, literally in the clip itself that his editor played, right, trying to get this gotcha, he explicitly says that if they are going around essentially doing violence and assaulting the officers. So if someone assaults you, throws rocks at you, and some of these were off bridges, right, which is absolutely deadly force, right, and attempted murder, then you should obviously be able to defend yourself, right? And I don't think any sane person would disagree with that. Now, obviously, yes.
Thanks, Medium.
You can talk about the broader context and the politics of the whole thing, how his position might be wrong and the conversation around it, how the officers also might be abusing their power. But the statement in itself is not crazy at all, right? And the thing is, this is only controversial in America, right? Because try being violent against a police officer in any sane place, right? And I'm not talking about the fucking UK, all right? I'm not talking about that clown show either. We're talking about like a well-functioning place that is prospering, right? The thing is, you are absolutely getting cooked, all right? And in other places as well, you don't really get let out of jail in about 5 seconds, like in fucking New York City or whatever the hell is going on there. This shit is so crazy. And Hassan trying to argue that you should essentially just let them kill you, and if you fight back, you're a fascist. It's just really dishonest framing. And I find it hilarious. Usually, like, Hassan and his editor will try to be very dishonest and cut up the clip or zoom into his camera like that one time and basically leave out all the context. But this time they leave it in. They just leave it in. They leave in the context that he explicitly says. It's like if someone tries to assault you on the street, of course you're allowed to practice self-defense, right? It's not like a police officer exclusive thing. That's for any citizen. Right, so then Hassan starts spamming his ultimate. He says that Asman is defending Israel because he called out Hassan, right? And he calls his fan base cattle, essentially saying that they're basically a bunch of like animals who blindly follow him, a bunch of sheep. And this is ironic coming from the cult of Hassan, right?
I do appreciate like Asmongold's cattle-ass fan base going from Holocaust denial and anti-Semitism to so quickly snapping back to defending Israel with like talking points that were destroyed pretty much in the eyes of the collective all the way back in like, I don't know, December of 2023. My man is mainlining Hasbara at this point. But they did not kill 40,000 people in 2 days. Like you're unbelievably dense.
It was 3 days, idiot.
It's just not true. That's not something that happened. There's no evidence that that happened. It's also physically impossible for it to have happened. And most people understand that that is not a correct number. You know, it's an unbelievably high number.
Wow, guys, Hassan pulled up the facts. Let's go over some of these facts. Al Jazeera, back at it again. The most reliable news source. Hassan's go-to source of all information. This guy really just recycles his fucking propaganda outlets over and over and over again. Bro, how can you not understand this? They shut off social media. Like, they're obviously not to be trusted, right? Like, the Iranian government could tell Hassan that actually nobody died. Actually, you were put in a simulation. You were put in a hypnosis. And Hassan would go, well, I'm not sure I believe you. Let me check my news source. Al Jazeera says, okay.
Yo, that's crazy. That is wild. That's mad wow, bro. But yeah, that does sound like Hassan. That's right up his alley. Believe whatever they say.
They're completely telling the truth now. This is 100% accurate. Actual moron, bro. I mean, the logical conclusion is whatever numbers are being reported, it's more than that. If they shut off social media, clearly they're trying to hide something. The good people don't really do that, man. Hassan goes, we can't actually pinpoint an exact number right now. Actually, I need to take my private jet and personally fly to Iran. And Hasan Piker, I need to personally examine the bodies. Until then, nobody give me a number. Crazy. Never ask Hasan Piker how many people died in Iran. Worst mistake of my life. Now, Gaza, though. Okay, Hassan was...
Acting like Hasan Piker's Sherlock Holmes or something. Or would it be better to use Watson as... Anyway, I digress.
There. Hassan was there. He went to Gaza. He witnessed everything happen. Oh, wait. He completely pussied out. Play the clip.
Dude, I might actually take Marsh with me to Gaza.
Gaza?
Yeah.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yes. I unfortunately most likely will not be able to go.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yes. The people that I did talk to said that they could not give me security assurances.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah.
Yes. Have some conviction.
So then Hassan double alts, he brings up Israel, and then he talks about Trump for some reason, even though this is just his own stupidity.
I mean, this is something that I repeat pretty much every day at this point. It's become my mantra, but this is the most popular Israel will ever be in the United States. Today is the most popular Israel will ever be in the United States going forward. Tomorrow, Israel will be less popular than it is today. Something to remember for all the Jewish advocacy orcs that keep tying themselves to the genocidal entity, or even Asmongold, as a matter of fact. I guess, as I've said over and over again, when your audience is comprised of some of the dumbest people on the planet, they don't necessarily punish you for contradicting your statements from like a day prior, especially when they don't even get mad at Trump when he contradicts himself in the same statement, right? Because Trump, even in his address, in his presidential address, literally started off by saying, oh, we're saving the Iranian people, and ended the presidential address by saying, we're going to bomb Iran back to the Stone Age by destroying its electrical grid and, destroying its bridges and so those two things are at odds with one another, right? But because the audience is unimaginably dumb, they still believe it, I guess, or they delude themselves into thinking that there is no contradiction here.
Hassan, you denying the number of people that died and doing a bunch of propaganda is completely unrelated to Trump. Like, why are you bringing this up? Hassan's strategies are so...
Got some Trump derangement syndrome. Just put him in everything. It's not just him. There's a lot of these people that would be considered woke.
Predictable. And the first thing you got to do is just be like, okay, Trump bad, Israel bad. Now let's move on to you, Hassan. This is about you going through insane lengths to deny atrocities because it's your side committing them. And I really mean his side, because he is the side that supports terrorists and the regime. And it's crazy how blatantly disgusting he is and completely hypocritical. And he always tries to tie it back to Israel like a flippin' demented schizo. Like, unironically, he's going to be in the nursing home trying to play some bingo, and then he blinks his eyes a couple times, all the options turn into Israel, and he goes, bingo, bingo. Starts screaming at the nurses. They have to fucking sedate him with like an injection, be like, Hassan.
You said 100% facts about Hassan having TDS. Yeah, that dude has Trump derangement syndrome heavy. That's all he could think about. That and Asmongold. He loved him some Asmongold. It's pretty wild. I said Hassan should be. Nah, no lie. He should go where he's happy. All right, go live in somewhere that have some communist thing going on with dictators. Go over there and see if you really enjoy it.
There's no Israel here. Like, come on. And this dude really has the audacity to call someone an inconsistent worm, bro. Look at you, bro. You're like that disgusting thing from Slay the Spire 2. You guys know that one enemy? That annoying centipede ass shit? Oh my god, bro. Who put that shit in the game? That's worse than a boss. That's Hassan. That's Hassan. Spiritually Hassan. So then he says Asman is doing Hasbara propaganda, and then says that he denied the Holocaust in like the same couple of sentences. Just complete lies.
Jesus Christ. How do you not recognize it? It's like, this is propaganda.
But there's no propaganda about Palestine. The amount of people that were killed in Palestine is a defined number that nobody can ever question. But whenever Iran intentionally takes off the internet, they shut down the entire internet. They bus in Iraqi militia force.
I'm gonna be honest. If this is the best Israel has as far as Hasbara, it's cooked. They're so done. Like, Israel's strongest Hasbara weapon now is a guy who doesn't shower.
I took a shower for the first time in, as I said, two and a half months yesterday.
And is a Holocaust denier.
I think the Holocaust probably happened. I think probably 99% certainty it happened. And the number of people that were killed is not a big deal to me. Like, if you told me that way less people got killed, I would still say Nazi Germany was terrible. It's just a silly thing to say. It's a silly thing to think about. And I don't know why people get so hyper fixated on it.
Okay, hold on. So much to go over there. I love how Asman's Holocaust denial clip, right? The so-called evidence that his editor put there is Asman saying that it 99% happened. Brother, 99% is a yes. 99% is saying yes, it definitely did happen. The 1% is a joke. It's like if you live in a fucking simulation or something, right? If you ask me whether I'd be alive tomorrow, it's 99%. Because I think I would be. You know, I don't sense any imminent danger, but I'm not certain.
I hope. I don't know. The way it be getting down out here in these streets, you never know. You might not wake up. You never know. I hope I wake up tomorrow. I hope I get as many days as I can get as possible. I'm just being honest. Like I truly do hope I got like another 50 years on me. I'm just hoping for that, at least. Shoot, I hope by the time I get a certain age, they got medicines that keep me going, nigga, like fountain of youth. I would do it. I want to live life to the fullest. Oh yeah.
And I'm not 100% because a meteor could hit Earth for all I know. You know, how in God's green earth is that a denial? You flippin' disingenuous moron. Hassan reads like those hand washes that go, kills 99% of germs, 99.99. Well, this just leaves you dirty, guys. Untrustworthy ass hand washes. Don't use the shit. Hassan logic right there. By the way, I think the only reason they do that is because you can't have like a foolproof test or whatever. And I feel like his editor is trying to copy the Legendary series, right? Whenever we say anything, we have proof and evidence.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Backing up every one of our claims. Meanwhile, they try to put proof and it contradicts what they said. Like, that's not a gotcha. It's a gotcha for us because you literally said that he denied this atrocity and then went, oh yeah, he 99% thinks it happened, right? Absolutely insane. I feel like being honest for Hassan and his lackeys is just impossible, dude. So then he says that Asman says heinous anti-Semitic stuff coming from Hassan.
What are we doing? What the are we doing? You know, an inconsistent worm that has no moral compass whatsoever, that will literally say unimaginably heinous anti-Semitic one day, and then the next day he'll turn around and just like straight up repeat verbatim Israeli talking points. I'm sorry, but why is he even relevant? I mean, bought it or not, he has a fairly large audience still. Obviously, it's diminished as you know, Trump's popularity is diminishing, even in the eyes of the dumbest people alive, which are the Euroid MAGA supporters. Double cucked. He loves talking about me, but hates the prospect of talking to me. Times have changed.
Right, Hassan. I wonder who says unimaginable, heinous, anti-Semitic stuff. Surely it's not Hassan, guys. Surely he's not projecting for the 5,000th time. And you know the thing is, even if Asman was the second worst person in the world, it wouldn't matter because this fucking guy is number one. He's hogging the limelight. You simply cannot focus on anything else when this giant turd is in front of your face. The blatant dishonesty, the nonstop lies, the ultimate hypocrisy. It's unbelievable. I am almost as shocked as Kaya. Bro got worse. I'm sorry, he got worse.
Crazy.
It's episode 305, and he still got worse. You cannot make this shit up. Bros.
I didn't expect him to get better. That definitely wasn't on my bingo card. Hassan getting better? I didn't think that was going to ever happen.
Power level is exceeding 9,000. If power level was how much of a piece of shit he is. People responded, Hassan is delusional. He just says things at this point with nothing to back it up. And his constant agent of Israel is getting so old. This guy needs to be put in a box. At least Asman can change his mind if he's wrong or someone informs him. Hassan says he will change people's minds if they listen. And if he's ever wrong, he's actually right. How do you have a conversation with someone who believes his word is gospel and everything? You don't. Yep, these people just need to be, you know, put to the side, you know, put in timeout. So then the ping pong battle continues. Asman has responded to Hassan's response to him responding. I think you get it at this point, reacception. And he basically addresses the allegation that Asman denied the Holocaust, which is completely false.
If you're an Asmongold fan at any point in your life, you already...
I said, if he got better, where's our content? Nah, that's facts, though. Right. Well, we'll find someone else that's wilding out here in these streets. But no, you're right. He gives us a lot of content. Also, Vegeta mentioned on the Pegasus channel. Yeah, Vegeta's my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. That's a fact. They just never let him get his moment to shine, bro. He never gets his moment to shine.
Yeah.
Dropped any sort of self-reflection capabilities.
Okay.
You're incapable of understanding
Is
the way.
this going to be another 2-minute rant with absolutely no argument or point of view that's being put forward at all? But whenever Iran intentionally takes off the internet, they shut down the entire internet.
Oh, here we
they
go.
bus in Iraqi militia force.
I'm gonna be honest. If this is the best Israel has as far as Hasbara, it's cooked. They're so done. Like Israel's strongest Hasbara weapon now is a guy
This
who
has nothing to do with what I said.
doesn't fucking shower and is a Holocaust denier. What are we
What did I say? The Holocaust wasn't real.
doing? What the fuck are we doing?
If the Holocaust was committed by a bunch of Hamas, do you think that Hassan would be debating whether it was 6 million or not? I bet he would.
Oh, 100%. Hassan would be like, I'm sorry, the numbers are just fake, right? I, Hasan Piker, have not completed my on-the-ground journalism, right? Hasan Piker, the supporter of women, the male feminist who denies rapes happening on October 7.
There is no evidence. And
I just
for the
showed you
record,
two.
The clips that you used, ironically
Actually, I
enough,
showed
the
you
reason why I
three.
say it's out of context is because at that point, I personally took a position where I said very carefully and very deliberately that mass rapes that are directed by Hamas did not happen. There was no evidence for this whatsoever.
I mean, the audacity, bro. Actually, forensic evidence, actually. You cannot get more disgusting than this guy. The guy who thinks it's okay for...
Bugged out. Thank you for the support, FB. Said Brian Shapiro is a good contender for locales, but Hassan is one of the worst in the game. Nah, that's facts. From what I've seen with the Shapiro dude, with him crying over a cartoon, I think it was the video you sent me, that was funny as hell. That dude's a crybaby. For sure, he's a locale. Shoot, if there's any more clips on him, I'll take a look. But Hassan is one of the worst in the game. I have to agree with that. And thank you again for the support. I appreciate the heck out of that. Real talk. Thank you, FB. Yeah, both of them are definitely locales, without a doubt.
Rich girls to get SA'd at college campuses just because he hates the rich or whatever. Absolutely disgusting.
If you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean?
This is...
Oh my gosh. This nigga's disgusting. Hold on. Yeah, nah, we got a double.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Yeah, that was, in the words of Ludwig, that's crass. Nah, I think that's even more than that. Hassan is nasty. I agree. She's bugged the hell out. Whoa. How about we put him in jail and nobody do none of that? No one gets our word. How about that? This nigga's crazy. Ain't you rich?
Basically the Hassan logic. US does something bad, Hassan's there. Hassan's front and center. He's buying the extra large popcorn. He sat in the premium seat, you know?
Facts, Malcolm. This dude is wrong as hell for that. Like, what?
Then on the other side, terrorists do something bad. Hassan's absent. He's taking a day off. I'm sorry, he's on vacation. He's gooning with ultimate gooning lord, Dan Clancy, right? I'm sorry, did it even happen? I don't know. Bro, I can just imagine him sitting there like terrorists go and, you know, kill a bunch.
But if it did, I wouldn't be surprised. That's for damn sure.
Bunch of people, shoot a bunch of people, bomb a bunch of people. Hassan pulls out the fucking abacus, goes, actually, according to my calculations, it's actually impossible to kill that many people. You would actually have to buy explosive ordnance mechanisms from China. It's quite cheap, actually. I've done the lab work. I've done the testing. Chatter types in his chat, Hassan, that's kind of cruel of you. How could you say such a thing? Hassan responds, don't question me. I've actually personally talked to her. Oh shit, that's a slip. I'm sorry. I apologize. Little Freudian slip there. My bad, guys. America is actually so pathetic for not arresting this guy. You guys in your free speech, bro. Get out of here. He's violated how many laws at this point? He was threatening murder, bro. There's really no excuse for it, right?
I definitely don't think he need a channel. And I'm not like pro take people channel, cancel culture or whatever. But I think he's done and said enough to where if he was anyone else, bro, they would have got him up out of here. Banned all of that. He would have been done on social media. He gets the ultimate pass, and I don't know why. Well, we know why. We definitely know this favoritism.
And so then Asmund talks about how Hassan tries to smear him from both sides, calling him like a Zionist Nazi.
An inconsistent worm.
Yes.
That has no fucking moral.
When have I ever been a Holocaust denier? By the way, I don't even know where this came from. I'm a Holocaust. When did I ever say that?
Compass whatsoever.
So wait a minute. So now, okay, let me get this straight. I'm the first person to both deny the Holocaust and also be Israel's strongest soldier. I feel like these are a little bit mutually exclusive, right?
Yeah, he calls him an agent of Israel on a regular basis. So, yeah, that does sound pretty odd. Which one is it?
Right? They have to be.
Oh, you must have missed the episode where Hassan was crashing out, calling people centrist right-wing Democrats. Another beautiful term invented by Diddy Piker, you know? Straight into the playbook.
I just have to sit there and get a barrage of hate from centrist right-wing Democrats.
So according to Hassan, Asmongold is the greatest Hasbara, spreader, Hasbara soldier.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, Katerina. Yeah, he supported, certain people openly so much that it makes even the comments that he says even worse. The 9/11 thing that he said, he was down with that. The way he talking, he appreciated that nastiness. So yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
An agent of Israel who also, avid Zionist who apparently denies the Holocaust as well. Just the biggest Nazi on the planet. So it's really hard to believe you, Hassan, because it makes no fucking sense, right? Einstein figured out relativity, but he could not figure out Hasan Piker, bro. That is why we need the Legendary series to decode whatever the fuck this is, all right? It just makes no sense. This is beyond advanced high-level physics here, right? I'm pretty sure we will understand the origins of the universe, what came before the Big Bang, what started the entire thing, before we actually understand what goes on in Hasan Piker's mind, bro. I never realized how obvious it was that he was being paid to say these things. Israel is so out of touch, even their talking points are a red flag. Imagine thinking that Israel is paying Asmongold, bro. Like, what the fuck? How do you come to these conclusions? Very obvious, interesting. Israel's strongest weapon, Hasbara, is a guy who doesn't flippin' shower. Bahaha, top tier. Don't ever put Asmongold on my feed again. Never put a dissenting opinion on my feed again. Let me be in my echo chamber. Assmold should have just stuck.
Facts. That's, these dudes is crazy for saying that. Like, I don't mind if the opposite opinion comes across like my screen. I'm not mad at it. There's a plethora of things that people might disagree with me on. Like, who cares? So yeah, I don't mind. Every time I go on Twitter, I see something that's insane. That I might even post a comment where I'm like, yo, for real? Like, there was a clip recently where these cops was wilding And because a lot of people think that my opinions are like 100% conservative, I don't know why. I've made it clear I don't have a side at all. In fact, I don't trust the government. But anyway, these cops was tripping. And I just put one statement. I was like, yo, y'all agree with these cops? Because everybody in the comments is like, yeah, they shouldn't have been wild. I'm like, nah, from what we seen, the cops was on the extreme for no reason. They definitely gonna get sued. Jobs will be lost. But I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that disagree with that. And I just started seeing recently, my comment, like weeks later, it's starting to get pushed heavy. Man, people are retweeting it and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So finally, there's people that's realizing these cops is tripping. But did I say, how dare you show this to me on my timeline? Me being the only person disagreeing for weeks. Nah, I didn't care. I want to be informed, or I might have something to say. I might want to give my opinion. I'm not like on some like echo chamber. I have to only have one opinion in front of me. Nah. Now, when it comes to content, there's people that I don't like, and I don't want to react to them unless it's me cooking their ass. But that's not because it's the opposite opinion. It's mostly because they're clowns.
At gaming. Guys, I get it. He sucks at gaming. He's going to stream regardless. Looks like you do watch him then. Better.
See, yep, that's another time cops was tripping when they tried to mess with Afro Man. Yep. They did him dirty, or attempted to. No, they did do him dirty with the gate and everything else, and then trying to sue him. So yes, that's another case where I was not on the cop side for that. Not at all. But are all cops evil? Nah, I met some great cops. I've told you guys about me growing up in a group home and there being cops in the neighborhood that would just stop by to check on us to make sure we good. Or the one that taught me how to do jujitsu. So yeah, I don't really have a side.
Gaming, then spewing dangerous Nazi ideology for other basement dwellers. I was an Asmon fan till he took this enormous right-wing pivot. It went from shitting on bad games to shitting on anything reasonable and morally good. And then you became a Hassan fan. What is this trajectory in life, bro? Every time his eyebrows move, it's a tick giveaway of a lie. Aren't you the same people who are making fun of Ethan's ticks, saying that he's on drugs and stuff? Very empathetic. Asmon Griff changed his mind every time he boot up Reddit. Ass mold yuck. How that guy is a millionaire is a testament to how cooked our society is. I mean, speak for yourself. Your god is a fucking, like, menace, dude. I've listened to this Asmon guy for a few times. All I can say is dumb as a rock and incredibly evil. I mean, this is a perfect description of Hassan. Not a great combo. Hasbaraman Gold. Okay, that's just a bad nickname. Moving on to Hassan flexing on the brokies. As always, don't worry, this time he's not in.
You don't rock with is it Brian or is it Brain? Brain Shapiro is a big crybaby. Nah, that's facts. He is crying over a cartoon.
Cuba. Hassan flips off an NFT store in a 2.7K jacket, right? We got a NFT store. I didn't know these actually existed, but Hassan flipping it off.
2.7K. Nigga, did it come with an autograph from Elton John? Nigga, what kind of like jacket was it made from? The little tiny woman from the Incredibles cartoon? No capes. No capes. Is it John Wick proof? Like, do nano bots come out of it and surround you like the Iron Man suit? I'm not paying that much for a coat. Like, I don't think it's necessary.
Really sorry, guys. I gotta censor his fucking finger because when iDubbbz flipped off the camera, I got my entire video demonetized for it. So, YouTube, classic.
Does it heat up? Like, you press a button and does it inflate? Does it give you muscle?
All my apes gone. Yeah, and here we got his coat, Martin Rose, bum bag, detailed trench coat, bum bag, $2,700. This guy legitimately does not own any cheap clothes. It's crazy. This shit always looks awful on him. We got the real image right here with his buddy. He needs to work on proportions for his style. Baggy shit does not look good on top.
Was that the joints from the Super Mario movie in the 90s, nigga? That's what they look like. the goons from the Super Mario movie, the original Super Mario movie. Live action.
Tall people. Imagine spending $2,700 to look like a Regard. That jacket is the dumbest looking thing. It takes a lot of money to look as dumb as this. We got the Marge Simpson. Hassan is going viral on the timeline for being the real life Brian Griffin. This has to be a top 5 worst fits of all time. Make the rich pay. Such a cornball, bro. Someone said he's the real life Brian Griffin, and I haven't stopped laughing since. Why does it low key go hard on Brian? We got good old Brian there. Right, moving on to Chunk Yogurt, Hassan's uncle. Apparently he was getting a bunch of shit for associating with his nephew. He responded, I don't agree with a lot of what Hassan says. I even have 4-hour debates with him. Can you imagine these two debating? Yikes. Not a brain cell in the room. So what if we agree on some things and disagree on others? Why do these establishment a-holes think they can tell us who we can talk to? I'll talk to Hassan or anyone else I like. Suck it. The idea that you or others can't talk to anyone who you feel is out of bounds is anti-intellectual. It's an effort to curtail acceptable opinions. It's not what good or smart people do. It's what propagandists do. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Your nephew. I'm sorry. I'm tired of repeating it. You're just rage baiting. It's what propagandists do to limit conversation to only ideas they've pre-approved. Reminder: when the dictator died, he was like, he's so brave. He never knelt to America or Israel or whatever. Wow. Hitler never knelt to the Jews, guys. Chen calling anything anti-intellectual is peak irony. He's a guy who told us he's a product of inbreeding and is pro-bestiality. Oh man, this guy's a yikes. Now click this video.
Out of pocket. Chunky Yogurt is just as much of a fraud as his nephew. Who you think taught him? Nasty as hell. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the hype button too, if you're able to. You can watch more videos. Knowing me, I dropped a bunch today, so see if you missed any.